Hey, what's up, tennis fans? I'm James Waterson, and I've got your Tennis Now tennis news for the 13th day of the US Open. And what a day it has been. Novak Djokovic took on Roger Federer in the first match on Arthur Ashe this afternoon, and it got off to a late start because of a rain delay, but when it actually started, it was a thrilling encounter. Federer showed some of the brilliance that won him the US Open 5 times before, as he won the first 2 sets 7-6, 6-4. But the world number 1, Novak Djokovic, broke Federer's serve once in the third set to extend the match, and he dominated the Swiss in the fourth to force a deciding fifth. There were no breaks until Djokovic's serve at 3-4 when Federer converted and served for the match at 5-3. He played 3 very solid points to reach 40-15, only to have Djokovic take a huge swing on a forehand return that painted the line on Federer's forehand side. At 40-30, Federer jammed Djokovic with a serve, but he hit a mid-court forehand into the net court and it dribbled over out on Djokovic's side. Djokovic then earned a break point, which Federer saved with an ace. Facing another break point, Federer double faulted though, which let his opponent back into the match. And that break sparked what turned into a 4-game run for Djokovic, as a shell-shocked Federer offered little resistance the rest of the way through. For the second year in a row, Djokovic fought off match points to beat Federer in the semifinals of the US Open, and this loss is the second time in a row Federer has exited a Grand Slam after leading 2 sets to love. Meanwhile, Djokovic moves on to face Rafael Nadal in a rematch of last year's final. Nadal outplayed an often disgruntled-looking Andy Murray 6-4, 6-2, 3-6, 6-2 in the other men's semifinal. This match just didn't have the drama of the earlier match. Nadal won the first 2 sets in fairly straightforward fashion, as Murray failed to take advantage of the 4 breakpoint chances he'd worked for. Murray finally broke through in the third set, but he couldn't keep up that momentum as he dropped his serve early in the fourth. Now, looking forward to Monday's final, Nadal owns a 16-12 record against Djokovic, but he's lost to the Serbian 5 times this year, including in the Wimbledon final. Ironically, their matches on hard court went to 3 sets, while Djokovic won their 2 finals on clay in straight sets. The good news is that although both men played long matches today, they'll have all day tomorrow to rest. That means that, hopefully, we'll see Nadal and Djokovic at their absolute peak on Monday, which would be a fitting end to a Grand Slam season dominated by these 2 players. On the women's side, Serena Williams advanced to her first Grand Slam final since she won Wimbledon in 2010 after she dominated Caroline Wozniacki 6-2, 6-4. The American blitzed Wozniacki in the first set as she hit 15 winners to the Danes' 0, and she broke 3 times while she dropped serve once. It was more of the same in the second set until Serena was up 5-2. Wozniacki fought hard to hold her serve, and then Serena played a bizarrely unfocused service game to give the world number 1 a chance to level the match. But Serena regrouped, and as she had done so often in the match, she hit an unreturnable return off of Wozniacki's second serve to clinch her spot in the finals. It's an amazing story considering all of the health issues she faced in the last year. She cut her foot on some glass at a restaurant just after she won Wimbledon, an injury that required surgery and forced her out of the US Open. She was then diagnosed with a pulmonary embolism, or a blood clot on the lung, in February, which kept her off the tour until just before Wimbledon. If tonight's match is any indication, she is fit, focused, and ready to win her 14th Grand Slam title. And she will face 9th-seeded Australian Samantha Stosur in the women's final tomorrow. Earlier in the evening, Stosur beat German upstart Angelique Kerber 6-3, 2-6, 6-2 to reach her second Grand Slam final. Serena has a 4-2 record against Stosur, and she beat her in Toronto a few weeks ago 6-4, 6-2. Yet one of Stosur's 2 wins came in the quarterfinals of the French Open, which she won 8-6 in the third set. Both women have stellar serves, although Serena has more power. Although Stosur has a great forehand, Serena is capable of just hitting her opponents off the court, just like she did to Wozniacki. Serena is also a proven champion as she's won 13 Grand Slam titles. Meanwhile, Stosur has gotten nervous in the big moments, which led to her game falling apart, just like it did in last year's French Open final. Yet you never know. It's a new day and a new match, and we could have a first-time Grand Slam champion tomorrow, so make sure to stay tuned to that. Remember to catch the women's final tomorrow. TV coverage starts at 4 p.m. Eastern Time on CBS. And now, here's your chance to sound off. Who do you think will win the women's final tomorrow? Will it be another straightforward win for Serena, or can Stosur replicate the form that saw her beat Serena at the French Open? Tell us what you think. And that'll do it from us. Remember to follow us on Twitter and Facebook to keep up to date on all the results and news from the US Open and all the other tournaments throughout the year. And subscribe to our YouTube channel to see when we upload new news or instructional videos. As always, thanks for watching, and enjoy the women's final tomorrow, everybody.